The Spurs beat the Thunder once again, this time 117 to 102. And this is just like amazing to see. Like, nobody would have expected the Spurs to just be like beating up on the Thunder like this, undefeated against them this season, 3-0 against them this season. Like, who really expected the Spurs to be the Thunder's kryptonite? Like, it's actually crazy how they've been able to just like overcome all of the difficulties of like being this OKC team, and really kind of make it look easy. Like, they won by 15 today. They won by 20 last game, I think. The first game they won was pretty close, but these last two games have not been like the closest games ever. Winning by 15 plus in each of those two games. And this is really, really impressive. Like, the Thunder, I'm pretty sure, are 24-5 now. Three of those 5 losses being to the Spurs, of course. And this is crazy. They play again in like February. We'll see how that goes. But honestly, like, from this point on, like, I usually don't bet against the Thunder. But if the Thunder are going against the Spurs, I'm probably going to pick the Spurs like every time. I don't know how this would like look in a playoff series, like Thunder versus Spurs in a playoff series. It'll probably be a pretty close series, but I don't know. Like, I just have a feeling in my gut that's like, if they did go against each other in the playoffs, that it wouldn't go like this. Like, I think the Thunder would just be much better than them, and like this like regular season doesn't really mean that much. Like, these regular season wins against them, in terms of like how they would match up against them in the playoffs, but you can use these 3 wins against them as like evidence, like, oh, the Spurs can actually make some noise in the playoffs. They can actually beat the Thunder in the playoffs, maybe make it to the finals. Like, you can use this as like evidence of them like being like that and being able to beat the Thunder. I still would pick the Thunder in the playoff series personally, but I would like, it's completely fine and understandable if like you pick the Spurs as a result of this. I'm not going to overreact too hard to like these 3 regular season games. But this is really great from the Spurs. Like, shout out to them. I'm not a Spurs fan, like, I'm a Sixers fan, but I'm kind of rooting for the Spurs. Like, I love this team. I love Wemby. I've always loved Wemby ever since he was like a prospect coming into the NBA draft. I've been a pretty big fan of him. I just love his game. Like, I love his defensive impact. Like, I'm pretty sure he scored like 19 points in this game, but his defensive impact just like really was like through the roof. Like, all of these games against the Thunder, especially, his defense has been amazing. I'm pretty sure he's been on like kind of like a minutes restriction because he is coming off that injury. So he hasn't been like scoring the most points ever. But when he's on the floor, I'm pretty sure that the Spurs defense is like on par with the Thunder's defense in terms of like defensive rating. So him being on the floor alone, even if he's not like scoring a whole bunch or doing a whole bunch on the offensive side, is making the Spurs defense much better than what it is without him. Like, without him, they're like a pretty average defense. So Wemby's impact is felt. Even if he could score like 8 points, and his impact would still be felt like really heavily. He'll have like a huge impact on the game still. And then I just want to talk about like having dynasties in the NBA. Like, obviously, by no means am I calling the Thunder a dynasty. They've only won 1 ring. We don't even know how they're going to like end this season off, if they're going to win a ring, how things are going to go for them this year and the coming years. But they are kind of like our like quote unquote dynasty right now. Like, they just won a chip last year, almost 70 wins last year, and now they're like on pace to get like 70 or close to 70 wins this year again. And they've just been like dominating everybody. So seeing teams beat the Thunder, especially like the Spurs beating them three separate times in the same season, being undefeated. They beat them like 3 times in the last like 10 days. So seeing something like this happen to a team that's this good in the NBA right now is like mind blowing. Like, every time this Thunder loses, like a big news story. Like, oh, this team just beat the Thunder, this, that, and the third. And especially since the Spurs have beat them for the 3rd time, like, people are going to go crazy. Like, this is going to be all over social media, all over ESPN, anything. Like, if you open any NBA app, whatever, this is probably going to be like one of the main headlines. And I just like this. Like, I really like this. I always like the LeBron's my favorite player, so of course I like these years, but I always like the Cavs and Warriors years, like in the 2010s when they would go to the finals every year. And the Cavs were just trying to beat that dynasty, and the Warriors, a lot of teams were just trying to beat that dynasty and the Warriors and just be better than them. Like the Rockets, like I remember one year they took them to 7 games with KD on the team. And it was just like crazy to see that, like James Harden taking the Rockets to 7 games against the dynasty KD Warriors, one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest team ever. So it's just crazy to see like this Thunder team is getting comparisons to the 73-9 Warriors. And this is crazy how this video has kind of turned into like a Thunder praise video, even though it's kind of really about the Spurs beating them. But the Thunder, like, they have been getting comparisons to the 73-9 Warriors. They've been getting called a dynasty prematurely. Like maybe it is prematurely, maybe it's not. Maybe these people are just like early on it. Maybe it's not premature. Maybe they're just early and they will be a dynasty. But they have been, that dynasty word has been kind of thrown around. Obviously, they're not really a dynasty yet, but they could be in the future. So seeing them lose these games, especially seeing how good they've been lately, is crazy. And speaking of them like winning games and all that stuff, they haven't been winning like as much recently. Like obviously I'm not worried about like them long term or like their regular season outlook, because they're still like 24-5, but they've been losing. They've like, it's probably in like the past 2 weeks they've lost to the Wolves and then like the Spurs that handful of times. So yeah, this is kind of like, if you're a Thunder fan, like maybe you're a little concerned. I wouldn't be concerned. Like they still only have 5 losses on the year and they're almost like 30 games in. So like I wouldn't be pretty worried at all. But hey, you do have to like really watch out for the Spurs. Maybe they got a game plan for them differently. Like maybe this is kind of like foreshadowing to like how a playoff series would go. So you really have to like pay attention to that and like find ways to counter the Spurs strategies to that they're using in order to beat you. So like, even though you shouldn't be worried about like your season overall, you should definitely be kind of worried about the Spurs. See ways you can kind of beat them. But yeah, this is crazy. I love the hype around games when the Thunder lose. Like I'm not a hater. Like of course I'm not like hoping the Thunder lose. I actually hope they do get to the record, break the 73-9 record, or at least get like pretty close to breaking it. But seeing them lose is crazy. Like it's like, oh, I never expected the Thunder to lose this game, and the Thunder lost the game, and then the team that beat them is like getting praised for like a couple of days. So this is really fun to see. I like watching these games. Highly anticipated games too. The Wolves just beat them not too long ago. I didn't make a video on that, but shout out to Ant. He had that clutch 3 in that game. So these teams have been playing pretty good. Maybe some teams have found like maybe teams are starting to like figure out the Thunder and like strategies to beat them, and like maybe this stuff becomes kind of consistent. And like with the Thunder losing, but I honestly like I don't think the Thunder are gonna like keep losing a lot. However, I don't think they're beating the 73-9 record. Like there's no way they get 74 plus wins. Like they will have to lose 3 games for the rest of the season and to get 74 wins. I just don't see that happening. I honestly don't see them tying the record either. They might not get to 70 wins. Like maybe they can get to 70 wins, but that's still kind of hard. Like they'll have to lose like 7 more games in the year. 70 is possible, but I don't think 73-9 is possible anymore. Like 73 or like more wins than that, I don't think that's possible anymore. Shout out to the Thunder though. This really is an all-time team. I'm really looking forward to the playoffs. I wonder how this is going to go for the Thunder, especially if they go against the Spurs, how that playoff series is going to look, seeing that the Spurs are 3-0 against them right now. So yeah, I really love the Thunder and the Spurs, and seeing them play against each other in these great games and seeing the Spurs get the best of the Thunder is really great to see. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below.